Well, now it's time on the show for my featured guest of the week. And this week, I'm really lucky to have the wonderful Lily Joe. Hi, Lily Joe.
Hi, Rob. How are you?
I'm fine. It's so good to talk to you. It's been a couple of years since we last spoke. Now, for those that perhaps don't know you, can you just share a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, for sure. So my name's Lily Joe. I'm from Manchester. I'm a singer, songwriter, and I'm also a qualified counsellor. So spent some time working in the NHS, for 5 years before deciding that I really wanted to pursue my career in music, and started my career 7 years ago. And once I started performing, which was my first gig was at Big Church Day Out, I remember having a queue of people wanting to talk to me after the show, just saying thank you for what I said about mental health from the stage. So I was like, I didn't really know that was a thing that we weren't talking about, but we weren't really talking about it back then, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So lots of people wanted to talk to me, tell me their stories. And from that point on, I thought, is there a way that I can marry my music with my counselling experience? And so that's when the Lily Joe Project was born. So that's now an online mental health platform. On there's tools, tips, resources, podcasts, blogs, all around the subject of mental health. So for anyone who is struggling, I point people in that direction for them to seek further help. And it's sort of first steps into kind of understanding what you're going through and finding some solutions and tips to help you get through that.
And that sounds brilliant. And, particularly at this time, we're obviously more aware of all of us having it, whether from the very young to the very old. Part of what you do is you go into schools, don't you? And what does that involve? What does that look like?
Yeah, so my team and I go into schools. I say my team and I now because I'm very fortunate to have built a team of workshop facilitators that now go into schools on my behalf. And we lead mental health workshops, so raising awareness of the different problems and issues that children and young people might be facing, and then offering tools and resources for them to help themselves. So within the workshops, we do songs and dance, but also there's that really important message of how to look after your well-being. So really love touring schools, tour schools up and down the country, and it's been a real privilege actually to stand in front of thousands of kids and just equip them with the tools that they might need to use in the future if they find themselves struggling.
And is this primary schools, secondary schools, both?
So it is primary schools and secondary schools. Actually, it was January 2020 when we launched our primary schools programme, just before COVID. And so we had lots of primary schools really excited. And then obviously we went into lockdown, which was so frustrating. I know it's frustrating for so many different reasons. But what we did at that point was we pivoted and we created 33 weeks of online school content so that teachers could share that with their children at home through Zoom. And now we've got the content available for schools for free. So any school in the UK can access our mental health content for free, which is really exciting. So it's a whole year's worth, because we believe mental health should be taught just like PE is taught. Kids get to go and have a run around every week, but also they should learn how to look after their mental health on a weekly basis too. So these tools that we've created, they help children to be able to do that. So it's really exciting. Although COVID was so hard for so many different reasons for so many people, I think also lots of people who have got through the pandemic have found that, it taught us a lot. Whether that was taught us good things, taught us bad things, but I'm sure we all had this accelerated learning curve through the pandemic. And for us, it taught us that we could pivot quickly, that we needed to be flexible and adapt and really listen to what we believe God was calling us to do with what we had. At times it felt very helpless, didn't it, in that pandemic moment when everyone was locked down. But I was like, what can I do to help, And creating content was something that I could do and my team could do. So that's what we got on with, and that's what we did. So now it feels good to be able to offer the things that we do free of charge to schools around the country.
And that's such a gift, and I'm sure there'll be many schools out there which will be so blessed by that. Now, in addition, this is incredible, you've just released your debut book all about mental health and linked to what we've been talking about. And I just looked somewhere and I've found out that it's topped the Amazon book charts. Now, this is amazing. Congratulations on that. Tell us about this book. I'm so excited about it.
Oh, thank you. So the book is called Talking to Children About Mental Health, the longest title in the world. And it's all about how we can help our children with their well-being. So we've researched the most common mental health issues that our children and young people are facing. So things like life lived online and loneliness, climate anxiety, global grief. All of those things are in the book in order to help parents, teachers and youth workers have those conversations with their children. So it's bringing awareness to the issues so us as adults understand how our children are feeling, but then offering practical solutions so that we can be the best caregivers possible to them, so that we can understand them and we can be there for them with tools and advice. So I'm really excited about the book. I want it to get into as many hands as possible. It's not a difficult read. It's as simple as I could make it, but it's also just really informative. So really excited about that. And it's on SPCK Publishing. So really thankful to them for believing in me. And yeah, it's on the bestsellers, #1 bestseller for hot new releases. So really excited and can't wait to see the journey that takes me on and that takes the project on.
Brilliant, well done. Now, among your many talents, you've already mentioned this, you're also a singer-songwriter. Now, a little bit later on after the interview, we're going to play your song, Be the Change. Now, how did this song come about? What's it about?
Yeah, so this song is about being the change in the world that you want to see. And I wrote the song with my friend Philippa Hannah. We wrote it actually way before COVID happened in November 2019, but didn't feel right to release it at that time. And then obviously after COVID, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is the best song ever for this time of year. So the song is all about being positive, being kind to people around you. You know, if you want someone to be kind and generous to you, then you be kind and generous to them first. It's that kind of thing. So love the song. We also got children and young people from around the country to feature in the video, and someone's daughter might have been in that video.
I know, there's a very special dance with her. Thanks to Chloe. I'm sure she's listening in Birmingham somewhere.
So that was really lovely, really special to be able to offer that opportunity when people were locked down.
Yeah, it was lovely. Great song and great video as well. Now, what are your plans for this sort of coming year? Is there anything that we can look forward to? Is it just all open-ended? Where does it go? Yeah,
well, at the moment, it's all a little bit open-ended. Like, I've been trying to live a little bit more in the present rather than thinking too far into the future. But it's definitely going to be book-oriented this year. And hopefully, you know, a book tour will be on the table, that kind of thing. Last year was incredible for me. I played some of my all-time, favourite gigs. So I got to perform at Manchester Arena last year, which is definitely was on the bucket list. And now I kind of feel like I've done it. I'm like, oh, wow. Need to find some more motivation and need to pick some other venues. But that was incredible. And also headlined a festival in Finland at the end of last year, which was called Marta Mäkivisa. And again, that was just an incredible experience. Nearly got my head blown off with the pyrotechnics. But that was very fun. So yeah, I guess this year, I'm not sure where the music's going to land. I think once the book is up and out and, you know, fully kind of underway, then I'll be able to focus my attention and go, where are all my songwriters at? Let's get some new music out there. It's been a while. So I love working with Philippa. I love working with Chris Eaton. We have these lovely songwriting camps where we just hang out and spend the weekend together and write, and it's just so refreshing and amazing. So definitely something that I'll be getting onto once this book's all kind of up and out there in the world.
Fantastic. Well, we'll look forward to that. Certainly look forward to the new music as well. Now, obviously, if we want to get a copy of your book or maybe your music, perhaps even arrange a school visit, how can we go about doing that?
Well, you can always drop me an email. You can speak to me at lilyjo, Lilyjo, at thelilyjoproject.com. You can drop me an email, or you can visit the website, which is thelilyjoproject.com/book. That's where you'll find my book. So you can buy it through Amazon, you can buy it in Waterstones or WH Smith, wherever you like to buy books. And hopefully the Audible will be out in the next couple of weeks and months too, and lots of exciting ideas that I have around the book. So can't share those yet because I haven't even spoken to the publisher about them yet. But yeah, it's all very exciting. So please do get in touch if you want us to visit your school, or if you want us to come and do a workshop, or speak to your parents, or speak to your youth workers, or whatever you need. Just drop me a line. I'll be really happy to try and help.
Well, if you've got any new books coming out, or any new information, or new music, we want the first information on that, okay?
Hot off the press, of
Hot
course.
off the press. We want an exclusive here, please.
Yeah, amazing.
Well, listen, it's been lovely to talk to you again. Really appreciate you being on the show, and I just wish you all the best for the coming months, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much, Rob. I really appreciate your support, and yeah, love to your family as well.
Thank you. Well, this is Lily Jo, and this is Be the Change.
Featured artist.
Turn on the news this morning, feeling the fear inside. Why is everybody fighting? We should be unified. Where can we find the answers? What is the remedy? How can we fix what's broken? It's an emergency. We need a revolution. Begins right here. Stand up and face the future. Stand up and be the change. You don't have to fear forever. Don't have to be afraid. If we can stand together, then we can make it right. If we can fight the battle, love will win it every time. Stand up and face the future. Stand up and be the change. You don't have to fear forever. Don't have to be afraid. If we can stand together, then we can make it right. Love will win it every time. Love will win it every time. On the outside we're different, inside we're all the same. If we can stop and listen, learn how to make a change. Don't need to be divided, we need to stand side by side. Just need to see the beauty everyone has inside. We need a revolution, and it begins right here. Stand up and face the future. Stand up and be the change. You don't have to fear forever. Don't have to be afraid. If we can stand together, then we can make it right. If we can fight the battle, love will win it every time. Love will win it every time. Oh, be the change. Be the change. Stand up and face the future. Stand up and be the change. You don't have to be forever. Don't have to be afraid. If we can stand together, then we can make it right. If we can fight the battle, love will win it every time. Stand up and face the future. Stand up and be the change. You don't have to be forever. Don't have to be afraid. If we can stand together, then we can make it right. If we can fight the battle, love will win it every time. Love will win it every time. Oh, be the change. Be the change.
Yes, really love that song. That was called Be the Change by Lily Jo. And my thanks to Lily Jo for joining us here on the show today.